Okay, hello everyone. How's everybody been? Just waiting for folks to join. Say hi when you come on so I know you're there. Hey Teresa. How are you doing? I'd say you're a little excited. Woohoo, right? No, long time no do. It has been a crazy week. Yeah, I'm just getting all the stuff put together here. Hey Joyce, welcome. Nice to see you again too. Yeah, it's been a little nuts. I'm just kind of looking. I lost my little alcohol bottle of my white, so I have my big one that I've been filling it with, and it's driving me crazy because I know it's here somewhere. So I'll have to figure out how I'm going to apply it without getting it all over the place, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Yeah, I miss doing them. It's kind of funny when you take a break. It's like you start to miss the things you really enjoy, which this is relaxing. It's fun. I miss seeing you guys, talking to you. But it was a fun week. We had a nice week. Can't believe it's gone by already, too. It has been a fast week. Just getting some cups out. Say hi when you join so I can see who's in. We got more people on the numbers than I have in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. Happy, what, Tuesday? Tuesday? I'm having a hard time tracking my days. That's when you know you're on vacation. Oh, hey, Joyce. Thanks for asking. Mom is doing good. Pixie's doing good. She's anxious, to get the surgery. That's going to be on Thursday this week. So she had a nice time with my sister and her daughter that came down to visit. So we spent a whole week all together playing around, doing stuff. And we just put them back on the airplane today. So tomorrow she has to drink a bunch of the liquids and stuff they want her to drink for the whole day, which is going to be tough. No caffeine, that kind of thing. And then Thursday morning I take her in and she goes in and gets prepped and then goes in for her surgery, and then they'll keep her overnight and then she comes home Friday. So need your prayers that hopefully it's all done and she doesn't need to do any treatment. We're hoping for that. That's the result we'd like to see out of this surgery, is that it's all done. So yeah, I am too. And so we're just kind of on edge, waiting for all that to happen and kind of move on with that and such. And then of course, I've got my dad in the midst of it all, so we're trying to keep him calm through it and not worry so much. We've talked him into waiting here, not at the waiting room there at the hospital, so that'll be a lot better for him. He has Huntington's, so it's hard for him to be still. So thank you for asking. So that's why it was important that we just kind of have a nice week together. And we went to the beach and we did all kinds of stuff. The weather was great down here, so I'm happy about that. It cooperated. So thank you. Yeah, she's on Facebook and she sees your comments and writes back, I think, to quite a bit of you. So I appreciate that. I know it makes her feel good. So I have a customer's cup we're going to do today, and it's a Yeti, which is the first time I've done a Yeti, actually. It's kind of funny. I was at the show on Saturday, and it went really well. And one of the gals came by the table and wanted me to have a Yeti made for her husband. He's a captain of a boat. And so we're going to be doing that today. I'm going to get this started. Basically, it's an ocean waters scene all throughout. And then she sent me some pictures of him on his boat with his father, and we'll put those on the next phase once it dries. And then put in the Captain Tony. Is his name, so we'll put that on as well, and so I'll show that in a quick live as well once I get to that stage. So I got to move quick on the cup because it's due. She needed a rush on it. She wants it on Sunday. So with everything going on, I don't have any days to work on it, so I figured let's pop on and do it live. And then I thought, if you'd like, I'll also talk about those new cups I showed you. So this one, we did this one. And I posted that on our group, And a lot of you saw this one on the group, and I just love how this came out, right? So this is our mystery cup. I was going to show you how I make that. So I think we'll be able to do that. Actually, I don't remember if I had a cup painted white, so if I can't fit it in tonight, I'll do another one tomorrow, and we'll walk through that tomorrow. Actually, probably let's plan to do that tomorrow, okay? Because there's a lot I want to talk about this design. It's a lot of fun. I love the lines in it, right? So you've got the lines. It almost looks like petals and flowers are happening here. So I wanted to show you how to do that. And then this is another cup I'm going to show you and talk about how we did. So I don't know if I put this on the, yeah, I put this on the Facebook. Yep, I did. So this is using the Nikki secret sauce, right? The Whirly from Mr. Fancy Pants. It's a cute name. Kind of fun to say. But anyway, it's got the secret sauce on the base, so you can see all that sparkly. And then I used my pigment powders and my alcohol inks that matched. And I rubbed them through there. So I streaked them on like you would if you were going to do a marble almost. And then I just came back and I just smoothed them in to the width I wanted. Okay? And that's really all that was. So it came out really beautiful. I've got another show April 3rd at the VFW. So I wanted to get more patriotic cups put together because that's a big hit there. All right. So I hope everybody's been good. What did I put in there? A. So I also want to tip you. I've been getting everything prepped. I saw something on one of our groups not too long ago that somebody said that they mixed their resin caps by mistake, and of course, you know, then it's going to harden on the bottle. And everybody was talking that, yeah, they've done that and such. I just want to give you a tip. When I work with my resins, if they're in the bottle, I don't have them in the little bottles or something, I always just use one bottle at a time, take that cap off, that's it. When I'm done, I put the cap back on and put it aside. And that way I don't mix those caps up, okay? The other suggestion I have for you is, like for tonight, I got things prepped. I don't have these poured into my small bottle, so I'm having to use my big bottles tonight. And what I do is I mark my medicine cups with a line showing my ½ ounce and my ounce line, so I know how much resin to pour in there because it's hard to read these very clear cups. And then in this case, I already poured the first part of the resin, part A, and I made a notation that this was A. All right, that way I don't get it mixed up because I get distracted, we all do, and something comes up, and like my daughter called right before I came live and I was talking, and I thought if I didn't mark that I would have forgotten and I might have put in the wrong resin, okay, for the second part. So suggestions to help when you're organizing and you're trying to get things going. Yeah, run and spray one, Teresa. Okay. I could do that. I could do that. Let me see if it's raining, because it was raining a little bit ago. So let me take a quick peek. Hold on. Okay, let me grab my razor, hang on. Yeah, they're so funny. I have an Arctic here I can get prepped. So, speaking of Arctic, did you guys see my message about Arctic having a sale? I took advantage of that again, 50% sale. I love the size, the 20 ounce, and the way they have the style. So, I haven't gotten them yet, but I grabbed more of those. Alright. Label off. Alright, if you guys all agree, I will run out and spray paint this one real quick, let it dry while we're doing this, and then I can show you how to do that other cup design, okay? And it uses alcohol inks, so anybody that has alcohol inks and you want to learn how to do this other design, we can do that, and I can put it in right at the end. because it doesn't take long. That's the beauty of this one too. So you have a lot less labor involved in this cup design, which yay, that means you're making more money for the cup. So everybody good with that? Because I'll be leaving the screen for a second. And Facebook, I do not own the rights to this music playing in the background. Just to play that out there. Okay. All right. So chat amongst yourselves, keep people busy, and I'll be right back. Okay, that went quick. I had to wave around and get my security light to come on. I'm back. Hey Stephanie, welcome. All right, so that is all taken care of. We got one sprayed. I'm just going to wait for it to dry. Let me get my heat gun plugged in real quick. Thought that was in there. All right, so the cup we're doing right now, tonight also, is my Ocean Colors cup. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be straight and ocean. What I'm putting on here is 2 pictures of this captain in his boat. So he's on the water, right? So it kind of makes sense to have the water background behind there. She didn't care about the Yeti logo, so I'm not going to worry about covering it. And that's something that, you know, I ask. I don't personally feel if it was left open that it would have looked good with the design. So I'm glad she didn't care. All right, so now I'm going to mix my resin. And I'm using the Mass Resin, M-A-S. I order it through Amazon. It's a countertop resin. And I do not smell this at all, unlike some of the others. And it comes out of Minnesota, St. Paul. It's run by or owned by a family business. So I love that. And I have been very much happy with this resin. I've been using it now for about a year. And just ordered another another set of jugs there and love it. So it's part A, part B. In this case, it's a 2-part resin. You mix them equally, you pour them equally. If you weigh them, if you're one of those that would rather weigh your resin, read those instructions that come with your brand. This resin here actually comes with a card. Let me show you that real fast. It actually comes with a card, and it tells you that if you are using, it tells you on the other paper, if you are using a scale to weigh the resin, it tells you the appropriate, I'll put that up again, it tells you the appropriate measurement numbers to use. It's not an equal measure because the part, I always get them mixed up, part B I think it is heavier than part A. One of them's thinner. So they're not going to weigh equally, right? So when you're weighing them, you have to understand that they are not equal in their weights individually. Therefore, to weigh them out 50-50 would not make sense. So they tell you the ratio to weigh them. So I always go by just straight out measurement. In this case, I'm mixing up 1 ounce, which is probably a lot more than I need. But because I'm mixing into different colors, I like to have more resin I need, and then I'll pour it in a mold if I don't use it all. And I stir it And they also give recommendations how long to stir it. In this case, this brand, it also says, you know, after you stir it to let it rest for a little bit and those bubbles will start to pop. So while I get these colors, I'm using mica powders and alcohol inks. I believe I'm going to use some alcohol inks. And these mica powders I get on Amazon. These are really inexpensive types of products to use, which is nice. But I love how they handle. Pigment powders are a little different. They have a shimmer to them compared to the mica powder. And they're a little bit more expensive. They come in a little bit larger size as well. But they mix just like the mica powders do into the resin, and they turn the resin into a really beautiful shimmery look. So it gives you a different look when you're using it in your artwork. And I use a lot of my pigment powders as well, certain applications. Sometimes I mix them in using my micas, and I change the color so it gives you kind of this look. But sometimes you don't want that shimmer, and that's okay too. So then the mica powder straight works out. And I can't count, apparently. I'm 1 cup short. What do you know? Boy, the allergy season is bad. We've got pollen like you wouldn't believe. Every time I go out, my car is yellow. Live Oak, Florida. Where is that, Stephanie? I'm over in Daytona. Can't say I've ever heard of that one. Yeah, can y'all see me okay? We have a little delay. Make sure you can see the cups okay, all that stuff. Okay, so I got all these poured into the little cups. So I just put a very little bit amount. You know, you don't need much. Again, the ratio you want to keep in mind when you're mixing anything into your resin is no more than 10% of that product should be mixed into your resin amount, okay? 10% of that resin amount that you're pouring. If you use too much of that product, whatever it be, alcohol ink, mica powder, pigment powder, paste, you know, acrylic paint, whatever that is, what happens is your resin starts to cure too fast. Gets real gummy real quick, sometimes really, really hot as well. Then you know you've added too much. Not much you can do then. I don't recommend trying to salvage it because it's going to ruin whatever it is you're going to try to use it on. I'm going to leave a little clear here. So we lost a few people. I had a lot more coming in. Y'all see me okay? Everything going okay there? Give me a shout out. Let me know you're there. Throw some hearts up or something. Let me see you're all active. I'm trying to figure out, maybe you guys can help me. Well, first let me make sure everybody can see me. I haven't seen anything yet. Major delay or something. Okay, good. Thanks, Teresa. So maybe you guys can help me out. So the ones that are in the group, that are watching from the group, Tumblers and Resin Art, I'm trying to figure out, because we have over 500 people, so yay, you know, root on that. And it's growing every day. What I'm trying to figure out, though, is the activity. I'm not seeing a whole lot of activity in our group, in our lives. I'm not seeing a lot of activity in our sharing and stuff like that. So Is there anything you guys can recommend to me that might help bring people out? Participate a little bit more? I mean, you guys do. The ones that are in here now, I know I see you all the time. That's awesome. So maybe you have suggestions. Can't wait to see my magic. Thanks. Oh, okay. That's why, Teresa. Thank you. So is it okay now? It's stable? I haven't done the live in a while, and I wasn't sure if it was acting up on us or not. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm just mixing and incorporating the mica powder into the resin, right? You just want to stir, and you want to make sure that mica powder is on there. You don't want any of those granulars, dry granules, coming out into your artwork. I've had that happen. It's not fun. Then you have to manipulate it. Okay. So, the white is going to be last. And what I'm going to do, the whole thing is going to be the ocean. So I'm just going to kind of, instead of having a shore, you know, or the sky, the whole thing is going to be the ocean. And I've taped off the silver rim and the silver bottom, and let those show through. So the only thing that's going to have the resin is what's here now, the white. Okay, so we're going to put on, let's see, this one's a little darker. So I'm going to kind of go with a darker motif kind of in the middle, kind of where I think the boat's going to be. And then they're going to kind of get blended in a little. So we're just going to lay the colors on where we think we're going to have the most of that color. Yeah, I made a couple of cups when my niece was here, and that was fun. She loves the cups. So she got one when she was here last time, and she made her own. And this time she wanted a glitter one, and that's a little bit more difficult to teach and do, so it was easier just to do it with her. But she picked the glitters, guided me along the way what she wanted, and she left a happy customer. That's always fun. And then my sister was cute, because when we were at the show, she was buying up all kinds of cups. So she ended up leaving. They came down here, they each had a carry-on, and then they brought the suitcase to return. There was one of those really big suitcases that nobody ever really uses anymore. They brought that back to return, so it was pretty much empty. And, well, she left with that fully packed again. 2 carry-ons and that fully packed, big, giant suitcase. That was so funny. I was like, well, somebody did some shopping while they were here. They're going back to Minnesota. So it's hard for them to leave this weather, 80 degrees or so, and head back into the cold. I don't envy them, because you'd have to pull me back kicking and screaming, I know that. This is kind of a fun process. It always reminds me of kind of coloring. You know, you kind of get things going, you get the colors in the places that you want, and then the magic starts to happen when it all melds together and people don't think you're crazy anymore. It starts to make sense. I don't know, y'all probably always think I'm crazy, but that's where we are. No, the cup is empty. It does not have any epoxy on it right now. So this is mixed with the epoxy, so it didn't really need a base. I don't need any glitter. It is for a man, and the wife did not want the glitter or anything like that, so that's understandable. A lot of men don't, a lot of men do. My dad actually likes the shiny glitter. And I have to say, what was funny, what is always funny at these shows I do, the men, you know, they'll come and you know what they go to is the shiny glitter, sparkly glitter cups. That is so funny. They pick it up and they're like, honey, look. And they like to see it, you know, shimmer and shine in the sunlight. And I just crack up inside, because so many people have an opinion that men don't like glitter, or that glitter isn't for men. I don't think so. What do y'all think about that? Okay, so I have tape, like I said, on that silver area, and I meant to mention, as you're doing this, when the resin gets to the point where it's not drippy anymore, you want to take that tape off then, okay? When the resin is no longer runny and it's not going to be drippy or running over that area, then you need to pull the tape because it will get hard in that resin, and it makes it hard and difficult to pull out or not chip your resin when you do take it out, okay? So that's a great time to take it off. And that's usually about, I'd say, an hour, maybe 2 into the process. Usually about an hour in this case for this brand. And what we'll do after I get this last one here on, we're going to heat it up. Get it kind of moving again, because when resin gets hot, it gets very liquidy, very pliable. And then I'm going to put some alcohol ink in it, kind of touch it up as to the color that I want. Fine tune it with that. So I was talking with Nikki from the Whirlyville Design Stuff, right? The one with the new Fancy Pants glitter page, where she's got some beautiful glitters and mica powders and such. And she's coming out with another mix of the secret sauce, but this one doesn't have, she has all the other regular ones, you know, with the glow powders, but she is mixing one that does not have a glow powder in it. So just in case you're interested, that will be coming out. Okay, so I'm going to use this hand. I'm going to warm it up a little bit. Get my fingers clear. Let me see. Oh, silver, yeah. This is a Yeti, so silver, they have their brand on it. I find it interesting. They actually have a raised brand, and they have this one. This one, the shiny one, is there. And then as it comes around, there's a raised brand right there. And then they have it on the bottom. Like they're afraid you're not going to know it's a Yeti. So, it is funny. Okay, I'm just going to use my finger now. We're going to swipe this around. And then there's going to be photographs on there, so there will be some more resin layers on this, but not colored ones. So I want to make sure that I get the base the way I want it. And the pictures, the photographs, I'm going to do in a clear vinyl, sticker vinyl kind of clear. I really like that stuff in the clear version because it's a lot more stable. It gives me a lot more ability to maneuver it without it ripping or cracking. And on a photograph, I much prefer it. If I need more, I've got some more resin still sitting here, so I'm trying to decide. Looks like I need a little bit more. I'm trying to decide which color I want to add. So this is where it's tricky because my gloves are busy. I think I'm actually going to mix a couple of colors together in this one. Put a little royal. And let's see. A little bit more of that one, I think. I'll tell you, it's so funny. I'll come back to some of my paints and things later, and it's like, oh man, I resined my lid shut. And that's how, because my gloves end up with the resin on it. But it is funny because it happens a lot more than I'd like. But I feel like if I don't get the lids on, then I'm going to drop them, I'm going to spill them, knock them over, you know. It happens a lot. All right. Yeah, that's pretty. All right, so I mixed these two together, and I kind of got a better blue that I wanted. So I'm going to put him in there. I mean, I love these colors, but it's a little bit too light than what I'm trying to do with the picture, the photographs. I'm going to put a little bit more blue. Yeah, I like that better. Still see the teal. And I'm leaving the bottom open because, again, it's stainless steel looking with the edges here. And it's got the Yeti logo, so we'll just leave that open. So, price-wise, because I don't normally sell Yetis, this is a customer request. Price-wise, you know, I was kind of scampering around trying to figure out what do I do with the Yeti version. Because, you know, these cups are double the price. I mean, these cups are much more expensive than the cups that I normally use and purchase. So basically the deal is, I told her, I said I would purchase the cup retail and then she'd have to pay the price for it. And then I charge her for the cup design, right? So that worked out nice. And usually if somebody wants a brand, in my experience when we're talking, that's what they want. You know, it's not really coming down to nickel and dime. Okay, so we've got those. I'm going to throw these cups out. Yeah, that's looking really pretty. Give it a little heat again. Hey Brenda, thanks for joining. Hi Mickey. Yeah, it's hard. You know, some of the men, it's difficult. This one, Mickey, is for a captain of a boat. And so it was, you know, I get my inspiration based on what they're asking for a lot of the times. Like she said that she had a certain picture she wanted to use. So right away I said, well, send me the picture. Let me take a look. You know, when I started looking at the pictures, they're just, you know, people taking pictures. They're not any kind of professional picture of the boat or anything like that. I was kind of hoping for that, really, because a lot of the times, you know, it'd be great if I could have a really decent picture of the boat with the name on it, and I could build the cup around it, but this one is, he's in the boat, and then somebody took the picture of him from a distance on the water, in the boat. So, that worked out fine. You know, as I said, I'm just going to match the water around the boat, and then, you know, and then the design starts to come to you. She wants his name on it. And I'm going to use alcohol ink because I think it'll help me get a richer color and it'll float a little bit. I want to make some movement in the water. So behind his boat I'm going to put some white. Kind of make it look like the boat's actually moving through the water from the photograph. So I got to kind of approximate where I think I'm going to put the picture. And then do that. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay. Let me take that clip off. Alright. So I'm going to put a little white in, but I want to first get my alcohol inks going. And they're hard on. Here we go. Sometimes those lids dry on pretty hard. Okay. And this is Sailboat Blue, Tim Holtz. And I get them all over. I get them Hobby Lobby. They had 40% off recently. Did anybody go pick those up? Grab them while you can on sale. I got all their pearl inks this last time when I went. And that's what I did that one cup in that we just saw. I'll show it again before I show you how to make it, in case you missed it. And also Amazon. I get them on Amazon if I can't find them in the stores. Lately, Michael's has been out of them all the time. They claim it's because they were just on sale or something, but I'm like, you don't even have empty spots on the shelf. Thank you, Brenda. Hey, Sandy. How you doing tonight? Thanks for joining. See, I just love adding the alcohol ink to the mica powder. Isn't this beautiful? This is just raises the look. Put a little heat to it and make that alcohol move a little bit. We don't want to make it look like it still has measles. Hopefully it's not too loud for you. Right there. See, what happens is it starts to look like it has movement. I really like that. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit of my white in here, because again, I want to make some areas of the water, you know, that frothy water in the water moving around, because the boat's been moving through it. So this is approximately where my photographs are going to go on this side, on this section rather. I'm going to put these in. And then I'm going to kind of move it a little bit. Kind of look a little bit more like waves. Choppy water. Okay. Alright, we'll see how that looks. Well, hopefully everybody had a decent weekend last weekend. We had great weather for the show I did on Saturday. It was so perfect. I couldn't have complained at all. I was so worried about the winds. We had high winds here a lot, and you know, I had to put my tent up and everything, and then I've got my cups, as you saw in my picture, all up on the table. Some of them on risers, and it's like, oh please, wind, don't come up. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to stop there. Set him down for a second. Well, thank you, Sandy. Mom's doing pretty good. She's got her surgery scheduled for Thursday morning, and then she'll be spending the night coming back Friday. So now we're just kind of praying that, or we are praying that all they find is the cancer they know. They can remove it, and then she'll be good to go. Dad's doing pretty well with it all. He has his better moments about it. I think he's starting to get a little nervous and pretty antsy about it, if you will. So I just hope he manages and handles it better. So what I'm going to do is put a little alcohol ink in here. Because I lost my little bottle, I got to use this method to this madness. So what I'm going to do is drop some on here, and then I'm going to tip it and make the water move a little with it. Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to work the white a little bit to the design I want. Like I said, the pictures, the photographs are going to go right here. And I think I'm going to put his name down here, or I'm going to end up putting his name maybe vertical in between the photographs. I haven't quite decided yet. Up and down the cup. I did a, I don't know if y'all remember seeing some of the pictures of some of my other fishing cups I came up with. One of them I used fishing line, and it's just barely visible under the resin when it was done. But, it was pretty cool. I put the fishing charter boats up on top, and then I had the lines running, and all the rest of the cup was all the fish, different fish in the sea, grabbing those hooks, and that sold. That went to a charter captain, actually, a different one. So that was pretty cool. I was excited about that. It's really neat when the vision comes together and the customer sees that vision. I really like that. I'll put just a touch. There's a little bit of white down on the bottom, not much. Because he's coming through a channel under a boat, or a bridge under a boat. Okay, what do y'all think? I'm going to kind of move that around a little bit, a little too chunky right there. Man, did you guys see the news about that Norwegian cruise line? Crazy. Hey, Pixie's on. Oh, congratulations, Brenda. You're going to be a grandparent. Is that what I'm seeing? Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'm really liking this cup. I think it's going to come together really nice. So I'll definitely do another quick live with it and show you the results once I get pictures. I got to get those printed yet. Like I said, I'll print them out on clear vinyl, printable vinyl. Yeah, I'm liking that. That definitely is looking more like it. I had to make sure it didn't start looking like a cloud up there or anything. And I see, I was watching our sister group, Imagine Dream Create. She's been busy getting her glitters out and getting those named, so running a lot of contests there. A lot of you have been winning the glitter, so that's cool. Okay, let me grab my wipes. I gotta wipe that off real fast. I'll be right back. Oh, throw this out. There we go. I have resin all over this thing, so it doesn't bother me that way, but I don't like leaving a big chunk of it because I'll typically get something in it. Yeah, I like that. That looks like moving water. That works. And you can still see Yeti through that, so didn't fully cover it up. Now I've heard, and it turned out to be true, I've heard that some of the alcohol inks and or mica that you're using or pigment powders don't hide that logo fully, so that's fine. And because I got a white cup, I didn't need to paint it. Alrighty, so that's that. And get this moved away, and then we can work on the other cup design that I wanted to show you. Now my sticky sticks out. I got plastic finally on my cup on my table. Makes such a difference. Don't have to worry so much. All right, let me move him out of the safety, into a safety zone. Get a little working area going. Okay. Get all this moved over. So what we'd use on this project is alcohol inks. Let me grab my drawer of them since I didn't have those picked out when planning on this one. Got talked into it, yeah. Peer pressure by Teresa in the group, right? Yeah, we're all praying. I tell you, I just am so anxious. I'm ready to hear the doctor tell me that he didn't find anything else and he doesn't think she needs to have treatment. That will just make my entire day. Okay, so before I grab my cup, we got to figure out colors we want to do. Now you can use, from what I'm finding out, you can use just about any of the any color combinations, any amount of color you want to use. I've done, I did this cup, the first cup I did here, and I put quite a bit of alcohol ink on it. Better move that again. There, I'm gonna make sure it's out of my way there. So I put a bunch of alcohol inks on this cup, okay? And so I don't think there's any magic in terms of, magic number 03 is their limit or anything like that. Just experiment, play with it. You'll find out for yourself what you like, what you don't like. So this one was the first one, and I used probably 6 different alcohols in it. Let me show you the second one real quick. I'm gonna grab the other cup too. So the second cup I did a little bit more sparingly because I wanted to see the white background. So I did kind of my 4th of July colors on this one. Okay, so you can kind of see, I think I used 4 colors in here. I used 2 kinds of blue and 2 kinds of red. Okay. All right, so you got the 2 options there. You can use sparingly, you can use a lot. And it just depends on what you want. There's no, like I said, no right or wrong. So let's pick out some colors. What colors would y'all like to see? Since I didn't have this one figured out fully, what would you like to see? What colors? Oh, you're also making while you're watching? Hey, Therese. Okay. Well, thank you, Joyce, so much. Appreciate that. And the neat thing is, right now, for this part of the design, you don't need a turner. So not only does it take less time, but you don't need a turner until you put your resin coat on. So I pretty much have every color under the sun. I do have all the pearl inks I picked up. I think it's all of what he has, but some of them are kind of dark. So like I have a yellow, they call it Alchemy, a Splendor, which I think orange, in the pearls. I'm just calling out the pearls. Celestial, which is a blue. And these suckers, you really got to shake. I have a green called Envy. I have the Tranquil, which is really, I think, kind of an aqua. Then they have Mineral. These are kind of the browns, the darker color, Smoke. This one was Enchanted, which I think is kind of like a flamingo. The red is called Deception. And Sublime, that's a pretty one. That's like the lime green, the other one. So we could do pearl inks together again, which is what I did on that first cup. We could do just regular inks, so help me out. Spring colors. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, like Easter stuff. Okay, so, Sandy, you're funny. Anything? Because you're colorblind. We could just tell you, and you'll just have to believe us, right? Okay, let's see. So spring colors. We've got a nice limeade. I can't decide. Maybe, you know what? Let's mix and match some of the pearls in with the alcohols this time. Okay, so let's do Enchanted, Limeade, and where's that other green one? Sublime. That's another pearl. And then we have, I think, a Flamingo that'll go with that one. All right, so we kind of have the pinks, we have the bright green. Definitely need a yellow. So we'll use the pearl yellow, and we'll use, is dandelion a dark yellow? I can't remember. Kind of looks like it might be. I know I have sunshine yellow in here somewhere. Sunshine yellow. Let's do that one. So what other colors do you think I should use? Anything else? Peach might be pretty with it too. I do like peach. Oh, I don't have anything. Well, you know, I don't want to do a blue because that'll go purple with the greens. I have reds, yellows. Those will go more orangey. Okay, let's try those. If I need something else, maybe I can add it. All right, I'm going to set this over here. Now I got to go get the super expensive tool that we need. Hang on a sec. Let me grab it. Where'd I put it? I'm telling you, be prepared. It's very, very expensive. So you're going to be like, oh my God, Jean. You ready? Ta-da! You need saran wrap. Just need a piece of saran wrap. You want it to be big enough to wrap your cup. And what I do is I just kind of figure out how much, and then I cut it off right there. Yep. Okay, you getting the picture now? All right, I'm going to put this down so you can see what I'm doing. See if I got it. Oh, purple? Yeah, should I add a purple? That would be pretty. Let me get purple. It's kind of dark. A light purple. Celestial. Yeah, that'd be purple. Purple twilight. That's kind of a light purple. Yeah, you knew it? No, this is really cool. I have not seen them. I've seen this done before on products, on bowls, things like that. I have not seen this done on cups yet, so I thought I'd take a chance and see how it came together. Okay, so here's the fun. Just take all your lids off. Well, shake your pearls first. Let's do that. You got a little ball in there, ball bearing, you know. You want to make sure you're getting that all up, because there's a bunch of, see all that soot stuff down there, the coloring? So you want to make sure you shake that up good. Put them in one hand here. I think I got another one. Yep. I'm getting my exercise. Woo! This is the new jazzercise, you know. It's a good workout. Boy, I tell you, getting that tent up, oh, I was so happy. There was a guy standing there, one of the maintenance crew that was there at the show, and he stopped because I had to put the tent up on grass, and usually I have it out on a parking lot, so it slides, you know, the feet will slide open for me. Well, this sucker did not want to move, and Mom and I were kind of fighting it, trying to get it up, and he took pity on us, came over and helped. And then I had to carry all my weights over and hook that up to each leg, and they asked me, they were like, oh, that is so clever of you. How did you make those weights? Because they use sandbags to tie down their tents. And what I use is a big PVC pipe, I mean giant, really sewer pipe size, and a sewer cap, and then I pour concrete in it. And I put an old wrench, a closed wrench on the top, so I can use it as a, you know, with a loop, I can use it as a hook holder. And then I use my ratchet wrench to tie it down on the tent. So I told him I should have charged him for that idea. But I got my exercise. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm telling you, we worked out. I went kayaking when my sister was here. Took my niece out and my sister out. That was fun. They'd never been before. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, you're seeing it. Okay. So, okay, let me move you over a little that way. There we go. So basically, the inks, no secret, no design, no specialty. You just want to kind of get a good coverage. However you want it. You can put as much as you want on that. Okay, that's what we were talking about, those 2 cups. You can do it sparingly, let the white show through. You can do it much more heavier if you want it to kind of meld together, blend together, create other colors even. This is just fun. So what we do is we just do this, then we're going to wrap the cup, and then you leave it overnight and let it dry. Okay? Then when you peel the saran wrap off, because you want to, I'll show you how I'm wrapping it, because you want it to create those wrinkles and lines and shapes. So then once you get it dry and you pull that saran wrap off, it's ready to be resined and do whatever you want. You can put an image on it, you know. But this is just so fun. It's just a fun way to do something. It gives you a whole different look. Man, these ink lids are getting dried on hard. I'm liking these pearl inks too. Has anybody else tried the pearl inks in anything? Look at that pink. I mean, that is so pretty. It's so much prettier even than the flamingo. That is what I call a true pink. And the pearl yellow is a lot prettier. It's much more vibrant. So they're true colors, I would say. You know, if you're looking for a yellow and you're looking for orange, that's what I'm seeing so far. They are true. And then they have a sparkle to them because they're pearl. So what I'm also thinking of doing, and I didn't have time to run this one, but the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to put a base coat of Nikki's Secret Sauce on the cup. Let it dry. Just do that. Let it dry with the resin. And then I'm going to wrap it. And I'm going to see how it does on top of resin. I think it will be just the same. I don't think it's going to matter, you know, but it'll look really cool with that Secret Sauce underneath it. So what do y'all think of the idea? And I'm just adding all the colors that we picked out. Hey Marilyn, how are you doing? You'll have to watch again from the beginning because you missed the first one. This was just an impromptu live, so sorry I didn't give everybody a lot of notice. But I had a rush order and I had to get it done, and I figured since I'm in here making it, I'll go ahead and share. And I'll probably do another live tomorrow to show you the next stage on this cup. And then, like I said, I'd like to do a plain cup with just the Secret Sauce on it that we show, which is that really fine glitter and glow powder, and do a wrap on top of that. All right. So now we got all our inks poured on there. Looks like mad science. And now we're going to take our cup, and what I do is I start it kind of up here somewhere. But you want to, and in this case, I want the ink to be all over the cup. I want it to be on the top and the bottom. So you can kind of manage how you want to design that part. And then I just take the saran and and you can kind of wrinkle it as it goes, right? Because those shapes is what's going to cause those lines. But you want to cover it. Don't fold on me. Don't do that. Yeah, it looks like I need another piece of saran wrap because it didn't cover the whole cup. Okay. Alright, so let me do another little piece of saran and throw it in there. Ah, there it is. I forgot this cup has the top that's so big, so it's not going to wrap the same as that other cup I did. And that's okay. This is easily fixed, right? Put a bunch more inks down. I really like this pink. I have to figure out something else to use that pink on. So I'm really happy with these pearl pink, inks. Purple in there. Yeah, how cool. Okay. And then I just bring it up to the lip. You're going to have to wipe out probably a little bit of the inside of the cup. That's fine. Let me bring this down a little. Get some of that on there because it's got a little white spot. Yep. Okay, so let me show you this. Bring you up. So just, you know, seal it up, let it dry. This is going to sit here overnight and dry, okay? And it might, oh, there you go. I'm going to get in the center. And it might, there you go. It might need a little shorter than that, but to me it just seems to be perfect timing. Set it, forget it, come out in the morning. And there's nothing saying that you couldn't put another, like a clear coat of resin on top and then another design scantily around it, right? But this is a nice base. Okay, so Nikki's secret sauce is actually Nicole Worley, and she's in our group right now. She did join, and she is, her husband just created another site called, another page called Mr. Fancy Pants, and they're selling glitters and pigment powders and all that stuff. But the secret sauce is actually a very fine glitter. Let me grab the bottle. It's a mixture that she's created. It's not, you know, it's very different. Show you that. But it's a fine line of the glitter. It floats. It's very light, and she's also mixed it in with the glow powder in this case. So if you put it under UV light, you'll see the glow. I do a few of my designs. She did this initially because she does a lot of galaxy cups, and so it was really beautiful with her galaxy cups. And that's a perfect way and reason to use the glow. A lot of what I've done with these, this is not purposely for glow. And so she did come out, she just mixed the glitter, she told me, and she left out the powder for that particular mixture. And so I'm going to order some without the glow as well. But anyway, that's where you get it. But here's the name. So this is their label, Whirlyville Designs, but it's on Mr. Fancy Pants. And so Nikki's secret sauce is what she called it. It is like that, Joyce. Yeah, you're right. I remember that, putting that wax crayon in there and creating the different look. Absolutely. You could do that on a cup too, you know, and seal it in with your resin. So do y'all like it? I mean, I think that cup's going to look really cool. And I actually think, okay, so look up close. See how that's creating those lines? It almost looks like newsprint, doesn't it? I thought that when I first saw it and I peeled the plastic off. I was like, oh my gosh, how'd that happen? But it does. It looks like newsprint. It's pretty cool. So I teased you with this look and this design, but it is really cool. The only thing I can claim is I've not seen anybody do it on a cup. But there's so many things you can do with this. I've just started to play with it. To me, this is going to be like more of a base, and I'd like to start putting stuff on top. You know, designs, decorations, flowers, whatever. I think it would be real pretty. Tomorrow I want to do another cup with just the secret sauce, like I said, on the base. Maybe with white, and then with white mica powder or something. And then I want to do, once it's dry, I want to wrap it and see how that looks. So that'll be a neat look too, I think. Okay, so if y'all have any ideas to help me get our group more active, more involved, you know, attending our lives, things like that, let me know. I'd really like to, I'm really asking for your help. To get everybody involved and feeling like they're a participant in the group. Because I have to say, I'm very, very happy that we have grown the way we have. But we have over 500 people, and I'm not really seeing a whole bunch feeling like they're jumping in and participating. And I hope it's not because of something I'm doing or not doing for them. I know we can be a lot more active of a group. Alright, so a quick look at this cup really quick. I'll do a close-up of that. This is our water cup, so the ocean. It's going to have a couple of pictures of a captain and his boat in there on the top. Oops, there we go. I have a delay, so it takes me a minute to see what the picture's looking like. There you go. Okay. And then you saw the wrap. So we did a couple of cups tonight. And we did good. That's all I have. So we'll do another live tomorrow when I get the other cup ready to go. Yeah, me too, Sandy. I can't wait to see them done. I'm always excited. You come up with these ideas and then you're excited to see the finished product too. Like a kid in a candy store. All right, thanks for joining tonight. Appreciate it. All right, talk to everyone tomorrow. Have a good evening. Bye.